The project, it started with the character of Elizabeth, played by Renate. I had this imagination of this person who was very like manipulative and smart and strong in one moment, and then totally helpless in the next moment. So that it started out with her really, but I didn't know which universe to have her in. And then I heard this story about two 6-year-olds who had crossed some like adult boundaries really, and it was just like a story of 30 seconds, but my imagination started to spin on who these kids were and who the parents was and where the kids could learn something like that, and then the premise turned out to be inspired from that. And then I also have worked in a primary school for 4 years, so of course some of my experiences with like conflicts handling and things like that in the school was put in the script, and but it was also like developed over a period of 8 years. I had a child in that period, and a lot of things happened in my life which I put in the film. Yeah, I try not to be too like committed to a genre. I think movies that are more free it's more interesting, and more like movies that kind of moves in an intuitive or emotional direction rather than based on genre or what kind of like tone we have set in the beginning. I was very my mantra became this Stanley Kubrick quote, which is a film should be like music. It should be progression of moods and feelings, and I thought that was so like precise on how I wanted to make films as well. Progression of moods and feelings. And so with the editor we were working a lot, of course, with the tonal shifts and things like that, but as long as the new scene gave us a new feeling or a new mood, we kind of, okay, this is good, let's just keep this emotional journey going forward. And of course, because we're handling some quite serious subjects, it was important to take the satirical elements quite seriously, and also but every serious subject has also room for some humor. I think it's important. Yeah, I mean, they gave it all really, and we had a lot of rehearsals in the pre-production and a lot of like background story and text work, because there's a lot of text in this film. But the trust they gave me, it was quite remarkable, to be honest. And of course all of them are very like smart and independent actors who bring a lot of themselves to the table and to the roles. And my only job was to be sensitive on what they were offering me, really. Yeah. The biggest challenge was for me definitely that we shot it in 21 days, which is almost impossible with the ambition we had and with the demanding roles, and visually quite ambitious. So to do it in that amount of time was a big challenge, and it was not sustainable. I can't do it again. People got like crashed, so that was a big challenge. But it was also like, since we had so much time, it kind of enhanced the intense process and also the intensity in the film. We shot it chronologically as well, so we kind of dwelled into the deep and darkness together, which was kind of cool as well. And the biggest surprise, I think, was actually that the film turned out quite similar to what I expected it to be. Because I made some short films in the past, and they have always turned out quite differently. But this turned out not so far away from what I have imagined, which was kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, it feels great, and I've been to Edinburgh one time before, and I loved the city back then. And I think it's great with all the things happening in Edinburgh in August. And it's sad that Renate couldn't join, because she has lived in Edinburgh for 1 year and has given me a lot of tips to where to go. So, but yeah, it's great to be here. Really great.